Oh, the online times, they are a changin'. And that statement is so true right now. I mean, I'm sure you've noticed that people seem to be hesitating before they're buying. They're a lot more cautious and selective, and they really want to do their homework before they buy. And you know what I say to that? Good for them. I mean, I want people to be smart with their money. I want them to ask more questions before they sign up for things or hire somebody to work with them. It is heartbreaking. And I know it breaks your heart too to hear over and over again how much money people have spent in their businesses and they haven't gotten any results. And now, part of that, now that I think about it, it could be several reasons. Part of that might be because they're truly not seeing themselves as a CEO or a business owner. Maybe they really need to shift that mindset and their mindset into that role. I know some of my students have felt that way recently. Part of it might be that maybe they think if they buy a course, it's like a magic pill. It's magically going to give them success just by going through the course, not doing anything else. And part of it might be maybe they're truly not willing to do the work needed to build an online business. And I know that makes me sound like such a jerk right now, but it's the truth. Tough love. I see this a lot. Building an online business is work. The learning, the investment of time and money, it is work, especially in the beginning. It's long hours and it's stress, and nobody wants to talk about it. And I'm not sure people really understand that. And what I've noticed, and I would love, my friend, for you to tell me if you've noticed this too. For my audience, which is you, the online business owner, I think trust began to erode in about the middle of 2024. So let's talk about why did this even happen? Why did this start to happen, and how have we gotten to heading into 2026? We have a trust recession. Here's what I think. My opinion. We have a lot of bad actors that were selling a lot of magic beans to people and not delivering the results that they promised. Big names selling expensive programs where their students weren't actually receiving the support and guidance they needed because there were thousands of people in the program. And then let's talk about the coaches that charge high ticket and end up scamming people. I mean, I know people who have been taken for $25,000, $30,000. And it makes it so much harder for people like you and I, the warm, kind, ethical human beings. It makes it harder for us to sell our programs. And our audiences are tired of consuming endless content without any clarity, without any direction, without any support. They end up with more questions than they have answers, and they get discouraged and they think something's wrong with them. And there's nothing wrong with them. They are smart, capable, brilliant people that just didn't get the help they deserved. So fast forward from then to now, and here we are. So what do we do now? How can we fix all of this? How can we rebuild that trust and connection so that our ideal clients know without a doubt that we are the right choice for them, that we will make good on our promises? Now, can we guarantee them results? Absolutely not. We can't guarantee anybody results. It would be like me expecting my personal trainer to guarantee me weight loss or muscle build. They can't do that because I have to do my own push-ups. But what we can do is deliver on the promise that we make of answering their questions and shortcutting their learning curve, which gives them every reason to succeed. So your audience and my audience, they can find a course, a template, a training on almost any topic online, especially now with the advent of AI. I mean, oh my gosh, you can Google on anything. You can ask ChatGPT anything and it'll give you instructions, and you can find a YouTube video on almost everything. I mean, our sons were talking about how to change a tire, and I was like, wow, okay. What they cannot easily find is real-time feedback, conversation, and support. And this is where you and I will shine, my friend. Programs with human attention feel safer. People want to know who they're learning from, and they want to experience you, your energy, your thinking, and how you coach before they buy. And trust is built not through perfection, thank goodness, but it's built through proximity. You've heard me say so many times that perfection is boring. Trust is built by being ourselves, showing our humanity, giving time to people in our audience, giving them that proximity. I mean, you know how imperfect I am. Half the time I forget to turn my microphone on. I really forget to record Zoom meetings. And sometimes I lose my place in my notes on this podcast recording. And if I can build the business that I have with the success that I have by being my goofy, fly by the seat of my pants self, then you can too. Yep, you sure can. So now that we know what we need to do, which is build trust and make genuine connections with our audience, I want to talk about ways we could do that. Now, here's one thing I want you to hear me say again. I said it a minute ago, but I want it to sink in. This is going to take work and it's going to take time, effort, energy. And just being honest, if you're not willing to do that and you're not willing to put in the time, your business is not going to grow to its fullest potential. I'm doing some really fun things to build trust with my audience, and you've probably attended some of these free events that I've been doing. So I decided last fall, I was brainstorming on how to gain more trust with my audience. So I decided to offer 2 free events for the members of my free Facebook group. Now, if you're not in this free Facebook group, you need to join us. I'm not even sure what you're doing with your life if you're not in that group. It's called Be a Confident Entrepreneur, Get Visible, Grow Your Email List and Your Income, and the link is in the show notes. It's an outstanding group of people. But anyway, for the members of that free group, I'm doing 2 fun things. So I love networking and meeting people, as you cannot already tell, because I'm such a massive extrovert, but so do the members of my group. So I decided to do free monthly networking sessions. And I had no idea if anybody was going to even attend these things. I was a little scared that it might just be me and my assistant on Zoom all by ourselves. But to my surprise, it's turned into a full house every single time. It started small, but it's grown. We had almost 40 people at the last one. So I asked myself, how could I set myself apart from all the other networking sessions being offered out there for free? So I make it super fun. I play music at the beginning to get a fun high vibe. I do free giveaways. I ask everybody to give me a win in the chat so we can start off on a high energy level. And I want everybody sharing their contact information in the chat. I welcome everybody in. I call them by name. I give them some fun visibility tips. And then I do something I think has turned into something pretty cool. I take the pressure off of them because I want everybody in this networking session to set coffee chats. That is how we are going to go deeper and build more relationships and more connections for our businesses. And so I challenge everybody in the room. I say, okay, your assignment is to set 2 coffee chats with 2 people you met that day. And here's what happens. It gets them comfortable doing that. And it gives them an excuse to reach out to other people because they can easily email them or DM them and go, hey, Tracy is making me do this. She's making me set these coffee chats. So the pressure's off and they're able to get comfortable doing it that way. I think that's so fun. And the feedback that we've received about these networking sessions, people are loving it. And that makes my heart so happy. And the other thing I decided to do was an idea I got from my good friend, Liz Wilcox. She's been doing live Q&A sessions for the people in her paid membership every month, and they are a huge hit. And it's a great way for them to get to know her better. And it is very clear how dedicated she is to her members because she knows them. She has taken the time to get to know them. She calls them by name. She mentions their business. And this makes the live Q&A sessions really heartwarming, and not to mention fun. And I come away feeling amazing. So I thought, well, I could do this too. So I decided to do these also. And I'm doing one a month for the free members, for the members of my free Facebook group. And we do a theme each time. So like the first one that I did was an Ask Me Anything About Your Lead Magnet. The second one I did was Ask Me Anything About Your Launch. And then we're doing one coming up really quick that's Ask Me Anything About Naming Your offer, your group, your podcast, your book, your lead magnet. So what I found is that I'm getting to know my audience, my people, so much better and deeper. And they're getting to know me better and deeper. And it's really fun. They get to really see me, hear me, feel how I coach, see what my style is. And this is helping them decide quicker if I'm the right fit for them, which I really love too, because it's going to move them through my funnel faster to either a heck yes or a heck no, which is what we want our audience to do. So let me give you some ideas you can use for your business, some fun things that you can do to go deeper with your audience. And I want to be clear about something for a sec. These are not sales events. Now, I do mention my Business Visibility Made Easy program on each call, or my live masterclass, or the waitlist, or whatever it is, wherever we are in that launch cycle. But I do not go into a hard sell or a pitch on any of my paid offers because that's not the intent. And oh my gosh, wouldn't that kill trust with the whole entire room if I was being a salesy, spammy weirdo and just talking about my program the whole time? So here's some fun things that you can do. And I would love to know after you hear this list, I want you to DM me or email me and tell me what you decided. You can share a behind the scenes of how you work. Everybody loves behind the scenes. If free networking makes sense for your audience and you think they would love that, try it. Now, you don't have to do these monthly. You could do it quarterly if you want to. Live Q&A sessions, if that makes sense, which I think it does for most audiences, try those. What about live co-working sessions? Everybody's on Zoom and muted, working together. And if they get stuck, they can put questions in the chat. And if you launch your offers like I do, a launch debrief might be really interesting to your audience. My audience loves a behind the scenes of a debrief to see what worked, what didn't, what my numbers were, and how much money I made, and how many expenses I had, and all the details. So here's some examples of some things that I've helped my students develop recently, which has been really fun. If you're a quilter, what if you did a sew along or a quilt along co-working session where you're sewing and you're quilting and you're showing your project and your audience is showing you their projects too, and you're working side by side. If you're a nutritionist, what if you did a recipe swap or a recipe redo and invite your audience to bring their favorite family recipe and you can help them tweak it into a healthier version? Or bring your favorite healthy recipe and share it with the group. So I want you to start small and I want you to start basic and simple. Don't make this any harder than it has to be. And you can even do these, like I mentioned, you can do them quarterly if monthly feels like too much. But I want you to think through what your audience really wants and what can you offer them rather than sell them. Because when it comes to these events working for you, the consistency, like doing them every month or doing them every quarter, is more important than how often you're doing them. Your audience is going to be so thrilled that you want to get to know them as a human being and you care enough to want them to succeed. This is a win-win for everybody. They get time with you and get to know you, which will move them through your sales funnel faster. They get to see how you think, how you work, how you coach. They're going to feel super supported and loved on. And for me, the benefit for me, a very unexpected byproduct was I am learning my audience on a deeper level. I'm understanding their needs and their questions way better. And I'm hearing their objections, their frustrations, their concerns. And this helps me build better content, make better offers, and be a better coach. Okay, I want to wrap this up. The summary of the whole thing, my audience, if you're like, Tracy, get to the point. My audience and your audience, the human beings with heartbeats that are on our email list or in our free groups or listening to our podcast, they want answers. They want to be told what to do. They want to make progress quickly. They want to get to know you so they know if they can trust you and if you can truly help them. They no longer want to binge content and feel stuck with more confusion and questions than they started with. I mean, I don't know about you, but haven't you been there? I've been there, done that, gotten a t-shirt, and I'm over it. So this is where you and I can make a massive difference for them. And isn't that so fun? Serving you in a deeper way, that feels amazing to my heart. And over time, it ends up growing my business. What could be better than that? So I want you to reach out to your audience, reach out to your people, think of fun ways to connect deeper with them. Listen, start small, simple, easy, don't get discouraged. You are going to need to promote these events because people can't sign on for something they don't know exists. So you're going to need to promote it on social media, tell your email list about it, maybe send some DMs. You may have to give them some reminders, but over time, word is going to spread and attendance is going to compound. And more importantly, the trust you're building with your audience will compound. You're going to be known for your kindness, your radical generosity, and your trustworthiness. My friend, trust is the currency of this year, 2026. Human connection is the differentiator between the people that will be successful and the people that will not be successful. Your audience is going to buy faster and stay longer when they feel seen, supported, confident in who they're learning from. And the good news for you and me, you don't need to do more. And I don't need to do more. We just need to go deeper with our audience who already loves us. I cannot wait to hear the ideas you come up with. And if you want to brainstorm some or just let me know what you decide, DM me over on Facebook or email me. I always love to hear from you. And here's what I want you to do now. I've got a free short training giving you ideas on how you can break through the noise of the online space to build the business of your dreams. You can go to tracybeavers.com/noise to grab that. And the link will always be in the show notes for you. So I'd love to know your thoughts on this episode. DM me, send me a message, email me. I always love it when you reach out. And you know, I say this every single week. Don't try to do this by yourself. Being an entrepreneur is freaking hard. We're talking about a trust recession in this episode. Some days, like back in 2020, everybody was buying what you're selling. And other days, like last year, 2025, you felt like nobody could remember your name. And listen, you're not alone. We all feel this way. This is a freaking roller coaster. That's why you've got to get into a community of support. That's why I want you to join me in my free Facebook group. Be a confident entrepreneur, get visible, grow your email list and your income. Come join our free networking events. Come join me for my live Q&A events. I cannot wait to see you. Everything you need is in the show notes. Have a great balance of the week and weekend. And remember, when one of us rises, we all rise. So that is why we have got to keep cheering each other on.